Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to Sunday service at the Unity Center for Positive Living. Let's start our time together today with a reading from the Daily Word. Sunday, July 2nd. Ready or not? Seeking divine guidance means tuning out information and opinions and turning inward. Then, with an open heart and a quiet mind, I can better feel the nudge of intuition, my inner voice. I receive divine guidance much in the way flowers in a field soak up sunshine. Just as following the sun is innate for them, I have the instinct to trust my inner knowing. Even if my guidance surprises me, I trust it to lead me on the path to my highest good. I follow where I feel called to go. I heed the still, small voice within and pay particular attention to the serendipitous circumstances I find along the way. I seek, trust, and follow my guidance. As I do, I deepen my relationship with God, knowing wherever I go, I do not travel alone. The scripture today from Isaiah chapter 58, verse 11, "The Lord will guide you continually." In our opening statement, you'll find that inside your bulletin. I seek, trust, and follow my guidance. Let's repeat that together. I seek, trust, and follow my guidance. Our chaplain will lead us in an opening prayer.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome on this beautiful sunny day. We've had quite a few of those lately, haven't we? Best part is they're going to continue. So let's take a deep breath. And let's do that again and get ourselves centered in this sacred place. And know that we are divinely guided all the time. That God is with us. God is good and only good. And we are being guided. Sweet Spirit, we're so thankful to be here, to be with loving friends, and to be with people that aren't friends yet, but will be friends, to have our wonderful speaker here today, and know that we are part of a warm family. We know we had a sense of guidance even to be here today. And sometimes our guidance is a surprise to us. Sometimes we ask for guidance, we go within, we know that's where it is, and that little nudge tells us something different than we thought it was going to tell us. And so we follow that nudge and just love the adventures that come our way, no matter how different they may be from what we thought they were. Thank you, sweet Spirit, for giving so much life to all of us, for giving us our adventures, for each and every one of us to have our own adventures, always following our path and following you. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Nancy. Ireland's going to lead us in our opening song. You'll find that in your Melodies from the Heart songbook, song number 52. Find that and stand if you like, and we'll sing together. 72. That's exactly what I have written. 7-2.
Good morning, good morning. I am thankful, so grateful. I am one in the Spirit all around me.
Well, good morning. Welcome again to Everett Unity. Where have you guys all been the last 2 weeks? Oh, wait, it was me that was gone. Well, I had a wonderful vacation, and it's wonderful to be back. I missed all of you, but I did enjoy spending time with a 3-year-old and a 17-month-old. My little 3-year-old, he says to me, he's climbing up the monkey bars, and I said, "You are so good at climbing up those monkey bars." And he says, "I sure am." So remember that. You know, the next time somebody compliments you, "I sure am good at that." Well, I'd like to introduce you to the people who are most visibly serving you today. You are greeted by our ushers, Annie and Nancy. Yvonne and Sophie are hosting our social hour. Walter and Josh and our apprentice, Terry, Terry, yes. I looked at her, and then all of a sudden I thought I had the wrong name. Walter, Josh, and Terry are providing audio-video support for us. Our chaplain, Nancy, you met her a moment ago. Terry and Ireland are providing music for us. My name is Cindy, and our speaker this morning is Reverend Joanna Gabriel. Welcome back. She's a regular speaker here at Everett Unity on the first Sunday of every month. So welcome back, Miss Joanna. If you brought your cell phone in with you today, I'd ask you to turn that off so we can have a nice quiet meditation here in a moment. I know you think it might be turned off, but guess what? Just check one more time, just for the fun of it. Yeah, thank you. I know, see, it happens sometimes. And some of us are easily distracted by the noises of ringing phones, so thank you for doing that. And then I do have a few announcements of some fun things that are coming up. I'd like to remind you we have Aqua Sox tickets on sale. We're doing our Unity at the Everett Aqua Sox game that we do every year. It'll be Sunday, July 23rd. The game starts at 4 o'clock. Tickets are $10 a piece. I'd like to remind you, you do not have to love baseball. We were just talking about it earlier. Baseball is 10 minutes of scintillating excitement all packed into 3 hours. So you do not have to pay close attention to a baseball game. There's plenty of time to eat hot dogs, have popcorn, go to the bathroom, visit with friends. That's what I go for. And I do know a little bit about baseball, but I don't really care. So I have tickets available. If you haven't gotten them already, please get them and come and join us. It's a lot of fun. We do have our annual picnic coming up August 20th at Legion Memorial Park. That's in North Everett, 146 Alverson Boulevard. We do potluck. Everybody gets together after church, so we hope that you can come and join us. That'll be fun. And then I'd like to share some exciting news. You know, we finished up our community discernment gatherings with Reverend Jenny Smith last month on the 11th of June, and I know many of us were sad to see Jenny go. I think it's this week she'll be moving to Oregon, so she's almost left the state. So sad. But she really got us started on a great path forward to really do a lot of the work that we need to do as a community to figure out where we want our church to go in the future. And many, many, many of the faces I see in the audience this morning participated in that. So I want to let you know some of what has come out of that. One of the things that your board of directors has done is we have gotten a membership now in an organization called Live in Everett. And it's a wonderful community organization. You can find more information about them online. They have all kinds of fun activities that they share in the community to let you know what's going on locally. Live in Everett. We debated, is it live in Everett or live in Everett? Don't you love the English language? So Live in Everett. And so we are now a member of that organization. And we've put together a member profile based on the feedback that you gave Jenny and the report that Jenny gave to us, to look at what you think of our community, to tell other people about us. So now please bear with me. I'm going to read to you, and I know you love nothing more than having someone stand at the front of the church and read to you. But this is important, and we want you to hear what you said mirrored back to you through what Jenny wrote. These are questions that we needed to complete our membership for Live in Everett. So they asked us things like, what is your name and role in the organization? We are the Unity Center for Positive Living, but our friends call us Everett Unity. We're grateful to offer Everett opportunities for non-dogmatic spiritual growth in a safe, healing community. Number of years in business. For over 75 years, our little gem has been offering a supportive community united in love and personal spiritual growth. Why should people choose you, or why do you make a difference? People in the Everett community should choose the Unity Center for Positive Living because we offer the gift of a joyful and nurturing community. This encourages spiritual curiosity and autonomy. Your personal spiritual exploration will be nurtured in a casual, joyful setting. Not many faith communities offer the freedom of personal spiritual exploration, and we're very proud of our open-minded and open-hearted approach to church. You are offered flexibility and expansiveness to to engage your higher power. We recognize that our members need to each walk their own paths, but we will walk together with them. Visitors tell us all the time that as soon as they walk in the doors, they can feel the love in our space, that the love is actually palpable. This means so much to us because we strive to embody universal love. One of our members expressed appreciation for the permission to be whoever they need to be and be loved as they are. Why did you choose Everett? In Everett, we found a community of spiritual but not religious people interested in exploring diverse paths together. We could not be more grateful. What's your favorite thing about your organization or what you do? Our members will say their favorite thing about Everett Unity is the space to explore different spiritual paths and their sense of belonging. One member said, "There's a freedom to be who you are when you get here. I'm not expected to be someone else." Another said, "The absence of dogma gives me freedom to seek spirit in my way." Hearing this brings us so much joy because those are our core values, and living our values nurtures our spiritual growth as a community. We also have to brag about our music program. We're blessed beyond words with an amazing musical director who leads and supports our talented musicians and vocalists. Each Sunday, we are gifted with beautiful, moving performances and led in joyful, soul-stirring group singing. If you like music, and who doesn't, you won't be disappointed. Anything else you wish locals knew about your organization? We'd love for locals to know there is a place where their unique spiritual perspectives are honored and welcomed. We offer a variety of programs to support your spiritual journey, including book study groups, mindfulness meditation classes, and social gatherings. You'll find a lot of love and humor here. We also have wonderful programs for families with children of all ages. Your most important values. Our most important value is supporting our members' spiritual curiosity. We believe we are each on a personal journey that we are intentionally traveling together while supporting, loving, and learning from each other. We welcome and embrace many spiritual paths, and we affirm the worth of your individual path. We express this value by inviting diverse guest speakers to our Sunday service to offer words of inspiration and wisdom. One member joked that every Sunday is like a spiritual and uplifting TED Talk. We ground our members' spiritual curiosity with love. Love is truly our source and purpose. We're guided by love, and we seek to see divine love in each other at all times as we grow on this journey together. Favorite things that you've done to give back to the community. The thing that brings our members the most joy is supporting local families through the YWCA Christmas Adopt a Family program. Each Christmas, we're able to support about 7 families. We begin by committing to support 3 large families. Then the magic begins. Each year, we get to call the YWCA back and say, "We can help more families," and they are happy to oblige. Last year, we were able to bring Christmas to 7 local families as we did the year before. This allows us to live up to our value of sharing love and joy with our community. And the last question, anything else we forgot that you'd like to mention? We know life is challenging, and there is much to repair in our hurting world. We are on a mission to be a different kind of faith community where people can heal the wounds they carry from prior faith teachings. One visitor to Everett Unity recently told us that she was so gently loved at Everett Unity that she didn't realize it was healing her. If you decide to join us, you will find a joyful spiritual community grounded in love. We welcome you and your beautiful, unique spiritual journey. We won't follow you home or beg you to come back, but we do hope you leave uplifted and that you choose to join us again. Good job on you. So if you love that as much as I do, you can find it on our website so you can read it all over again, which you might enjoy more than having me read it to you. But thank you for bearing with me. So I'd like to call your attention to the bulletin. Make sure you got one of those when you came in. You can turn that back in when you leave and pick up another one next Sunday, or you can take it home with you. It does have the schedule on the inside right panel of everything that's happening this week. I want to make sure you know the office is closed on Tuesday, the 4th of July. Love you to pieces, but I'm not working that day. And then, of course, our schedule of classes. I want to call particular attention to Thursday night, the Buddhist Dharma Recovery Group that we have. That's a new group meeting Thursday nights from 7 to 8 down in the social hall. I would suggest you look up their website and learn a little bit more about them. People think recovery and they think, oh my gosh, well, I don't need a recovery group. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't have a drug addiction. I'm not challenged any way with any of that. But guess what? We all could benefit from the teachings of the Buddhist Dharma. So I really encourage you to look into that and maybe check that out one Thursday night. And I think that's it, my friends. Yes, Kathy. Yeah, Sharon. Yes.
Can we tell someone to go to live in Everett, and will there be a summary of kind of what you said?
That is exactly what will be on the Live in Everett website describing Everett Unity. It's on our website, but it's a little bit buried, so people would have to look for it. But if you go to that website, probably a week from now, we just got this finalized. But that's what people will see when they look up to learn about Everett Unity. Yvonne?
Today, if you go to Live in Everett and look for members,
Mhm.
it'll show Everett Unity and a link to our website.
Very good. Yes.
The membership directory will offer our profile
Yes, once we send it to them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we've already become members. Rick? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Thank you. That's in here, but you might have missed that. First Friday Family Fun Night, July 7th at 6:30 p.m. in the social hall. It'll give you a couple days to recover from the 4th of July. Come and join us Friday night. Rick will be playing music. We'll have a little sing-along if you're into that kind of thing, which I most definitely am. We'll have snacks. If you're able to bring a little snack along, please do that. We'll have games. Last month we were all laughing. We just sat around and visited. Nobody felt like playing any games, which is fine. You don't have to play games. I'll be honest, that's something that kept me away from that for a while because I'm like, I'm not a game player. I don't want to play games. Two things were wrong about that. A, I actually am a game player. I do kind of like playing games. Who knew? And you don't have to. You can just sit and visit with people. So that's an awful lot of fun. So any other questions? Did I miss anything else? Thanks for bearing with me my first week back from vacation. All right, let's sing together. Song number 64, right? I got that right. I wrote it down right. I said it right. Same songbook. Stand if you like, and we'll sing together.
All right, we're going to sing this 3 times through. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers.
morning. It's July? Wasn't I just here? And I'll bet you we'll blink a few times and it'll be August. Let's take a few breaths just on this gorgeous summer morning. Feel the sunshine, the warmth, the radiance, and just breathe. Just relax. This isn't about, oh God, it's summer, it's going to get hot. No, just relax into the peace, the joy. Everything's alive, everything's blooming. We have clear skies, and dear ones, we are blessed to have them. And we hold those clear skies in gratitude that all skies may be clear. It's a summer day. If it feels comfortable, close your eyes. And when you hear summer day, what is it that you see in your mind's eye? Is it sunshine? Is it the sparkle on the water? Is it the flowers, the trees, the birds singing? What is it that you see, that you hear, that you feel on a summer day? For dear ones, this summer day in all its radiance is a reflection of you. You in all your warmth and radiance, all your light, your bloom, your growth. It's you. Can you feel it? Can you allow it? Can you be present with it? That everything that makes this radiant summer day is a mirror of who you are. And so just relax. Be present. And maybe for you, it's a walk on the beach. Or a walk in your garden. And this isn't the moment to be worried about, is everything deadheaded and watered and fed and all that. It's just an opportunity to relax and be present with the beauty that is you. The radiance that is you. The light that is you. And breathe. It's a moment to relax and realize this truth of you. And it can be your own celebration. You can send up fireworks. your own celebration, your own Independence Day. I am free in this truth of me. As Cindy's grandson said, I sure am. Yes, you are. Allow it, dear one. Feel it, celebrate it, claim it. With every sweet-smelling, perfectly shaped rose, it's you in form, in reflection. And so breathe and allow the awareness, the acceptance, and the gratitude. Thank you, divine beloved, for reminding me of who I am in this magnificent season, in this beautiful, beautiful day. When it's easy to see it and feel it. And as we see and feel it, breathing, you may be reminded of someone who could so use this moment. Who could so use this reminder, who could use this moment in the garden or this walk along the beach, or breathing the clear air and the beautifully clear skies. Because whatever's going on for them, it's not their first thought. And so from this place of awareness of the truth of you, hold this dear one close in your heart that they may also experience the strengthening, the enlivening, the divine order, the healing, the support, the care. And because we're all one, they can. And if it feels comfortable for you, feel free to say their name aloud right now, that we might hold them with you. Mark, Jean, for all these dear ones, and for all those who may be experiencing a challenging day for whatever reason. There are plenty of circumstances. Let us hold them all close in this moment when we can feel the truth of who we are all are. Light, radiance, love, oneness, wholeness, compassion, forgiveness, understanding. for the reminder we are grateful. Let it be so, and so it is.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. I sing a prayer for every name of God I know, so I can magnify the glory of the one, of light and shadow, the spirit on the wind, the father of creation or the mother of the sun. I sing a prayer for every name of God I know, and the name's another window to the soul. Tell me your name and let me be whole. So many faces of God, so many faces of God, so very beautiful, so very, very beautiful. And if it seems the world is falling to its knees, I am calling for the love of the divine, a savior, a messiah, a teacher or a sage, a poet or a prophet, or a hero of an age. I sing a prayer for every name of God I know, that magnify the glory of the one. So tell me your name and let me be whole. So many faces of God, so many faces of God, so very beautiful, so very, very beautiful. So many faces of God, so many faces of God, so very beautiful, so very, very beautiful. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart.
Thank you, Ireland and Terry. It was gorgeous. I could just have them just playing in my ear all the time. Wouldn't that be great? Okay, now it's understanding, right? Okay, another small, insignificant word. So I actually went to the Martians. I was looking for something different. So I went to the Martians, and that's how I got to the title of the talk. Do you grok this? The word grok is a Martian word. Did you know that? Grok, the word grok was introduced in Robert Heinlein's 1961 science fiction novel, Stranger in a Strange Land. And in the Conversations with God series of book, God said to Neil, I see that you're grokking this. To understand. And I find from the head, it's confusing. It's difficult. Oh, well, understand. Well, so what's the difference between understanding and knowing? What's the difference between wisdom and understanding? I mean, what's the difference? Why do we make a distinction? Why is one of the powers wisdom and one of them understanding? Why aren't they just the same? Well, it's a good question. But there's quite a distinction. And Charles Fillmore, the co-founder of Unity, makes the distinction that wisdom is knowing. Understanding is knowing why. Understanding is knowing why. Oh. Okay. Okay, I get that. Spiritual understanding is the quickening of the spirit within. Spiritual understanding is the ability of the mind to apprehend and realize the laws of thought and the relation of ideas one to the other. And you have that in your bulletin, that definition. Understanding is important in the developing of our spiritual nature because it is the faculty that puts feet under our prayers and gives our spiritual activity something to stand on. In other words, understanding is our ability to stand under the truth of who we are. To stand under that inner awareness. And it became really clear this morning when Cindy was reading that amazing description of Everett Unity and live in Everett. That was wonderful. I'm ready to sign up. Where do you sign up? Why is it that this community is so willing and welcoming to all different walks of life, all different beliefs, letting people come in and be who they are? Dear ones, because you understand the truth of life. And you stand under it with your open arms, your compassion, your willingness. You're welcome here. There are no limitations that say, you must do this, you must believe this, you must say this. All of us have experienced what that feels like. It doesn't feel good, does it? And it also doesn't mean that anything goes. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? It means that you stand under, we are all one. And that's the foundation of the community. And why it is so welcoming, why people walk in the door and say they feel like they've come home. That's the distinction about understanding. Do you get that? Do you grok that? Questions or comments about that? Have you thought of it like that before? It's helpful, isn't it? It gives you, okay, I can go there. Yeah. Understanding requires faith. It would, wouldn't it? In order to be able to stand under a truth, you'd have to have faith in it. And in our world, it requires a lot of faith. Does it not? And when we allow or back up into our inner understanding, it can be how we can move through these times with any peace at all. Because there's a whole lot out there that doesn't make any sense at all. And it's very easy to feel judgmental, to feel worried, in doubt, scared. There's a lot going on, and it doesn't feel at times that we're doing much about it. In fact, it feels like we're helping it along. And so it's vitally important, dear ones, that we all spend time being with our inner understanding that stands under the larger truth that we are all one, we always were, we always will be. That yes, we're taking a long, bumpy road, but all roads lead home. They have to. There's nowhere else to go. I remember when I used to teach when I worked for the foundation with Neil Donald Walsh, the author of the Conversations with God books, there were many tenets of Conversations with God that were controversial. And it was always interesting to be the one at the front of the room talking about any one of these controversial tenets. And one of the most controversial tenets was the idea that Hitler went to heaven. And one time, we used to have a Conversations with God center in Ashland, Oregon, where we all lived. And people would come on Wednesday evenings to hear Neil teach some concept from CWG. It was a free thing. People would show up and he would give a talk. And so this one particular Wednesday night, he was going to talk about Hitler went to heaven. And he called me and he said, "Joanna, I'm not feeling well tonight. Would you take over for me?" And it just so happened that as I showed up there, there was a group of beautiful, wonderful Jewish people from Israel who were visiting, who came right down and sat in the front row. Well, I had some not very positive thoughts about Neil that evening, I admit it. And I did tell him later. But here's the thing. The only way you could ever say such a thing is to have that understanding that we're all one, that we all go to heaven because there's no place else to go, and that's what I had to say. After the shock wears off of me standing up there saying such a thing, does that mean that God approves of what Hitler did? Well, no. There's a lot of stuff that we do that's among the worst. And God points out in the books, Hitler was just one guy. The real tragedy was all the people that went along with his beliefs. He was just one little short guy. But the understanding is the truth that stands under all of it is that we're all one and we're all loved equally by the divine, including Hitler. Did he screw up? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And I watched these dear people as I went on with the talk, getting it, grokking it, possibly for the first time ever. And I watched some amazing healing happen there. And that was when I blessed Neil for letting me have the opportunity to witness it. To witness it. That, dear ones, is what understanding is. And there's great power in it when we grok what we're talking about. That in all of us, that we can stand under the foundation of who we are. And when you are troubled, when you are at your rope's end, when you hear the next thing that happens that goes, oh my God, I highly, highly invite you to take a deep breath and drop in to the truth of who you are and your inner understanding of the whole picture. It's not minimizing what's going on. Not saying that. This is a big deal, what's going on. But the ways we're going to heal it is to come from in here. It isn't going to be monkeying with it out there. We keep trying, it's not working. It won't work. It can't work. Has to be from in here. And understanding that is a powerful step towards the healing. Allowing for standing under the truth of you. Just as you experienced during the meditation on our summer day together, that sense of you, that fullness of you, that radiance of you. It's from there that we'll heal this stuff. It's from there. And you and I have the opportunity, because we're all one, as we practice this, we all go further down the road. Do you get that? Do you grok that? It counts. It's not just you. It's you as a part of the whole tapestry. And their part of our tapestry is a bit frayed. And so we grab a hold of those golden threads, and with our acceptance and coming from the truth of who we are, those threads come back together again. Questions or comments? Is this useful? Do you get it? Do you grok it? Spiritual understanding isn't always the same as understanding that the sky is blue or 2 + 2 = 4. It's knowing and trusting that your highest good is unfolding despite outer circumstances. It's knowing and trusting that the path before you will lead you to a destination far more beautiful than you have ever dared to imagine. In your understanding in here, you grok this, you get this, you know this. And it isn't up here. You won't find it up here. This is where you'll find your confusion, your doubts, your fears. Ain't it awful? Yeah, but it's never going to work. We're never going to figure this out, Joanna. You keep telling us this, but I don't see it happening. It's worse this month than it was last month. Yeah, I know. We've chosen a bumpy road. And it's the road that's asking everything of us. And the good news is we have it. You have it. Do you understand it? Can you stand under that truth of you that allows you to be present, that allows you to send light when you hear the next thing, that allows you to send light in the form of rain to all the fires in Canada or the next fire wherever it is, that allows you to send the light of illumination to the leaders of the world. Hello, is this thing on? That allows you to send light to every being of life who feels darkness. It's what will heal us, dear ones. Do you grok that? Can you? And makes you excited?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm ready to.
Okay. Well, that's what we need, isn't it? And see, that's the thing. There will be excitement. There will be the answers, the solutions, if we come from here, because this is where it is. And you can feel it right now.
I love the way my intuition leads me to look at the next thing or observe the next thing or listen to somebody that I hadn't heard of before, and it helps.
So she says that she loves how her intuition leads her to look for the next thing, the next opportunity, the next possibility, maybe listening to something she's never heard before or read before. That's the thing, is that understanding, that awareness, when we plug into it, leads us to the next thing, to the solution. We just have to look there. We have to open that door, those windows. If we're swimming around up here, we have to check in here where we are connected to the all that is. This is your connection to Source. It's not a mystery.
I can say one more thing, that wisdom for me is knowing, and like you said, but understanding allows me to take action, and careful action and loving action, but that's kind of where I get excited to get that connection.
Yeah, so wisdom, what you said, wisdom and knowing, was that what it is?
Wisdom is knowing.
Wisdom is knowing.
Understanding helps me get off the dime.
Understanding helps her get off the dime. That is to getting into action. And that's what it is. It's like, as the quote there said about, it gives you the feet, to give your prayers feet, to move. You're now operating from that understanding and that standing under it. So it gives you a foundation to then step up on and move, to go to the next step, the healing, whatever it is. That's your connection, and it's always there. You always had it, you always will. You can't not have it. You cannot choose it. We all know what that feels like. But you also can have that excitement that you describe of, I can do this. Yes. Yes, dear.
So I'm thinking about my brain and my thoughts, and then my heart, and then gut. So can you say something about, I sort of think of your gut as your intuition too, like warnings and things like that. So how do you think they're all related, like in making a decision?
So is this a logistics question?
Well, you're talking about your brain and like really listen to your heart.
Well, there's the brain, and then there's your mind. The brain is the physical organ.
So I should say mind rather than brain.
The mind is the thinking and beyond that. And is the mind connected to your understanding? Yes. If you allow it, it doesn't have to be. You can shut it off if you want. But yes. And your intuition, or that which you feel in your gut, we've talked about that many times. I knew it in my gut. I knew. And, you know, with the whole, thank you. Thank you. The chakra energy centers. And Charles even assigns with all the 12 powers one of the chakra centers, both in the front and the back. The gut, or feeling it in your gut, that inner knowing in the solar plexus area, the center, the core, again, is connected to your, that's where your source, the source of all, lives in you. Yes, Sophie.
Is identified with the front of the brain.
Yes, and so the understanding, was it understanding? Is right here. And the third, what we call the third eye, it knows why. It goes beyond that. So yes, you can logistically find energetically in the body where these places live, what these powers, these energies live. Absolutely. Are they related? Absolutely. Yes, dear. Sophie.
I'm fine up here, but I seem to not have gut feelings. So I'm trying to figure out how to navigate, how to get through that. I'm very sharp up here, and just nothing occurs down there.
I suspect you're not alone. Yeah, because many of us, I know this is true for me. I don't know if this is true for you, but it's true for me. That because of my childhood, where I had a lot of physical abuse, I was frozen to the lower part of me. I couldn't feel anything for a long, long time down here at all. Because that was my way to survive the experience that I had as a child. It took a long time, but what you can befriend all the energy centers. You can work with all the chakras and open them up, and you know you use kind of a spiral energy to kind of open them up. And the root chakra, and it's important to do because the root chakra is also the identity, the power center of identity, the I am. Now, you can find the I am in all the chakras, of course, but that's the root. So doing that work, dear, and you know, you can use colors in the root chakra. It's the deep red, and do that to open that up, because for you, wondering about that means it's time, and it's never too late. It was always true of you having it all. You just haven't had access to it for whatever reason. But it's there, and it's there for you now. You just work with that. Direct your attention, dear ones, you know where you focus. That's where things happen. So, use your understanding, your breath, your love to call forth the quickening of your root. It will respond. For me, it was I hadn't given it any attention. That's why. As soon as I started giving it attention, then it changed. Then it opened. Where we put our attention flourishes. And that can be both positive and negative, as you well know. We're such creators of experience. So thank you for that. Anything else? Understanding, standing under the truth of who you are. And from that place, all things are possible. Practice. Play with it. Prove me. I'll be back next week or next month. It'll be August before you know it. So let's take a deep breath. And I have this image, and I'm just going to leave you with it. And you can play with it and see if it's helpful to you. I had someone share with me. When we're thinking about the heart center, when you think heart, my heart, you can think of the organ heart, or you can think of the heart center energetically. And if you're imaging, trying to have an image of your understanding, if you think of like the Valentine heart, that heart, and if you had a pebble, like a pebble that maybe you picked up on the beach, those little white stones they're kind of smooth, opaque, but smooth because they've been batted around by the waves and it's bleached by the sun and everything. If you had a little pebble and you had that Valentine heart and you reached, up where the two sides come together, if you took that pebble and you dropped it into the heart and it just started to float down, and it got down to the bottom, near the bottom point of the heart. That may be where your understanding lives. Because it's going to be at the foundation, isn't it? The standing under. And so you might just play with that and work with it and see if that's a way for you to connect. Any questions or comments about that? For the opportunity for us to be together today on this wonderful weekend. May you have a wonderful, joyful, peaceful, safe weekend. I'm so grateful to be with you. Let it be so, and so it is. Much love, everyone.
Thank you, Joanna. I get that visual of that pebble, and I think of that as being the base, because everything we build on our understanding, don't we? Mm-hmm. What we understand is what governs everything that we do. And you think about, you talk all the time about how we have the ability to change not only our personal circumstance, but the outward projection out into the world and what is happening in this world. And the way we do that is by getting this right, getting it aligned. I think about those of us who've been around this church for 100 years, and we used to be the only kids on the block that had a metaphysical bookstore who talked about things like this, these what felt like simultaneously ancient but cutting-edge ideas all at the same time. But now think about how much of our language is used nationwide and worldwide We are not the only ones who understand this, and we see it in practice all the time. You see how people use that inner strength and connection to each other in really powerful, positive ways. I think of that all the time when there's a natural disaster and all of a sudden people say, well, gosh, I wasn't thrilled that the flood swept my house away, but what I learned is I come in from a strong community and there are a lot of people who will help, and people came out of the woodwork to help us gather our things and find a place to stay. All the good that came from that bad thing. And then that Hitler example of how one man had an idea, put that energy out, and other people went, whoa, I love that energy. I want to be part of that. I want to be part of that thing. And they took that power and used it in a harmful, negative way. We have the ability to do that, and we know that. So thank you very much. It just came to me so clearly that that's how it changes, changing yourself, which impacts and changes other people. Let's sing together again. Same songbooks, Melodies from the Heart, song number 49. Stand and stretch yourself a little. We've been talking a lot. Let's sing.
I feel God's joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. Down in my heart. I feel God's joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay. I feel God's love, 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 love down in my heart. Down in my heart. Down in my heart. I feel God's love, 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 love down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay. I feel God's power, 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 power down in my heart. Down in my heart. Down in my heart. I feel God's power, 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 power down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay. Peace. I feel God's peace, 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 peace down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. Down in my heart. I feel God's peace, 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 peace down in my heart. Down in my heart to stay.
We're almost finished, folks. Thanks for hanging in with us. I know it's been a long morning. Well, now it's time to bless our offering and thank our Creator for the many blessings that we have been given and affirm our gratitude. So let's start by affirming the truth about ourselves. And this is how it goes. My name is, and you use your name, and I am prosperous, always and in all ways. So let's say that together. My name is, and I am prosperous, always and in all ways. Remember, always meaning forever and ever and always, as in all forms. So let's take our offering now. You're going to hold it next to your heart, literally or figuratively. I like to remind people, if you don't have anything to put in the basket this morning, just bless it as it passes across you, and just think about this intense gratitude that we feel for being together in community, for being able to support this community and each other, and let's bless this offering. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I share, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. Amen.
I am called to be a healer for all humanity. I am called to be a dreamer, believe in what can be. I am called to be a maker, be an instrument of peace. I am called to be a giver, of abundance I receive. I am called to be a prayer, living out the truth I seek. I am called to be everything. I am called to be the glory here on earth, so all might see all the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. I am the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We are called to be. You are called to be a mother, to nurture family. You are called to be a brother, be strength in times of need. You are called to be a neighbor, see a friend in all you meet. You are called to be a leader, to build community. You are called to be a prayer, living out the truth you seek. You are called to be everything. You are called to be the glory here on earth, so all might see all the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. We are the living, breathing God, and we are one in me. We are called to be. We are called to be the kindness, set the broken-hearted free. We are called to be forgiveness, where pain has run too deep. We are called to be compassion, be the wind beneath each wing. We are called to be a prayer, living out the truth we seek. We are called to be a prayer, living out the truth we seek. We are called to be everything. We are called to be, called to be the glory here on earth, so all might see all the love and all the beauty that shines in you and me. We are the living, breathing God, and you are one in me. We are called to be peace, called to be joy, called to be love, called to be peace, called to be joy, called to be love, called to be. Called to be, called to be.
Oh my goodness, you guys back there. Every time I think you can't get better, you get better. And Joanna, thank you so much for your lesson. That you reminded us about true understanding and our oneness and how everything is possible with our oneness. So let's take a moment this morning and bless our offerings. We're so thankful for the contributions that people make to our church, people that give of their time and their talents. We have wonderful people who work in the background and do all sorts of tasks for us, our techies, our musicians, the people who usher at our doors, and the people that give so much time. Terry gives so much time on her piano, and the girls give so much time on their singing. And Josh, we won't forget you. And we are just so thankful for the contributions people make from their treasures. They keep us going in the church, keep the power on, keep the heat on, at least when fall and winter comes again. So we are very thankful. As you leave church today and you go out that door, remember that you are the face of God and that all your thoughts are becoming prayers. Amen.
Well, thank you, everyone. I know we ran a little bit long this morning, but I appreciate you taking the time to listen to our wonderful description for Live in Everett. We look forward to what comes next in our journey together. Thanks to all of you for participating in that. The next community discernment gathering will be Sunday, September 10th. So I didn't mention that earlier, but we are continuing this process of meeting together. We'll be talking about the report that Jenny did for us, the synthesis of all of your comments and your input and sort of next steps and what we do then. So after church on Sunday, September 10th, we're going to have a bit of a lunch for you. We'll start at noon, and we look forward to having all of you here and all of the people out on live stream to join in with us. So let's remember that our chaplain, Nancy, is available for prayer support after service. If you'd like to take a moment with her before you come down for social hour downstairs, come down, have coffee, a cookie, say hello and good morning before you scoot out for the rest of your day. Let's stand up now. We'll circle around the room. We'll join hands or create